Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
أشهد أن محمد رسول
أشهد أن محمدا رسول
الله
الله.
رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم
حي على الصلاة.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله
حي على الصلاة.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله
حي على الفلاح.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله
حي على الفلاح.
لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله
الله أكبر، الله أكبر.
الله أكبر الله أكبر
لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله الحمد لله ونحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات من يهده له فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له واشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم يا ايها الذين امنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن الا وانتم مسلمون Yeah, today is a day for giving thanks. Every day is a day for giving thanks. We as Muslims, we thank Allah mandatory at least 17 times a day with every rak'ah of salah. We begin with Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. That's thanking Allah. So we're thankful to Allah every day. And we give thanks. You know, that's our wealth. Alhamdulillah, that's our wealth. It's the only riches that we have. So, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we thank Him for giving us Islam, compelling us to submit to Him. We thank Allah for His Holy Quran, a book that guides us to the Surat al-Mustaqim. And we thank Allah for the guide He gave us in the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to guide us upon the Surat al-Mustaqim. And we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this deen, the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have so much to be grateful for. We can't thank Allah enough. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says in His Holy Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن يسلم وجهه إلى الله وهو محسن فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى وإلى الله عاقبة الأمور. صدق الله العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ta'ala, he says, whoever submits his whole self to Allah and who is a doer of good has grasped indeed a most trustworthy handhold, and with Allah rests the end and the decision of all affairs. We have to come full circle into the circle of Islam. We don't come half-stepping. You know, we have to give our whole self, whole face. We put it to the floor, to the earth, to the ground, you know, worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we devote our whole self to this. You know, we come into it, not, the Prophet ﷺ said he's not going to be satisfied until he gets both his feet in Jannah. Right foot, then the left foot. So we have to come completely all the way into Islam. We can't play with this. You know, we can't just, toy with it. You know, we have to take it very, very seriously because it's a serious thing. You know, Allah has chosen us and made us Muslim out of His mercy, out of His grace, and all we can do is just honor that by following His dictates, by following His instructions, by following His guidance. Allah talks about guidance when in the opening of the Quran, Al-Fatiha says, "Ihdinas siratal mustaqim." Guide us to the straight path. You know, it's about guidance. We follow the guidance. You know, we're not like the people out here who are still lost in the wilderness of the world. You know, chasing after dreams and whims and desires. No, we have a plan of action Allah gave us. It's called the Aqidah. It's called the 5 pillars of Islam. You know, we are guided to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't stumble blindly. We follow the light that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, gave us with this holy Quran. We walk in the light of the Quran. So subhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that we have to submit our whole self. And then we have to be among the doers of good, the good do-gooders, the do-gooders. You know, we have to go out here and do a little good in the hood. We have to always only do that which is good. And never do anything other than that which is good. What's the point of doing anything if there's no blessing in it? So whatever we do it Bismillah, in the name of Allah. And it becomes an act of worship. That's what we do as Muslims. That's what we do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Inna khalaqna jinna wal insa illa liya'budun." He only created us for one thing, and that's to worship Him. Because at one time He was unknown. He was an unknown treasure. No one knew Him because there was no one to know Him. He was alone. It's hard to imagine that there was nothing else but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No up, no down, no left, no right, no sun, no moon, no stars, no people, no plants, no animals, no nothing, just Allah. He was alone. And He was unknown. And He wanted to be known. So He created the heavens and the earth as a platform for us, the human beings, to do what? To worship Him. To know Him. So that's our job, to know Allah and to worship Him and worship only Him. In order to do that, we have to submit our whole self to Allah. We have to give our whole self over to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our whole figure is trying to please Allah. That's all we want to do. When we got it right. All this other stuff that's going on out here don't mean nothing to us. What means everything to us is how Allah sees us. How we appear in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's all that matters. All the rest of this stuff don't mean anything. subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, whoever does this, whoever submits his whole self to him, and whoever is a doer of good, has grasped a handhold, a most trustworthy handhold, it will not break. So we put our hand in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we grab hold to the rope that Allah extends to us, and we hold on to it for dear life and death. And it takes a lot of sabr to do this, because there's all kinds of temptations, and all kinds of things pulling us this way and that way, trying to take us off our square. But we have to stand firm, and we have to continue to beg Allah to keep us straight, to keep us on the straight path. It's not an easy job. It's never has been an easy job to be a Muslim. Never. Ever since the time of the Prophet Muhammad, and even before that with the other prophets. It's always been a very, very tough job being a Muslim. So, subhanAllah, what do? We just keep putting our face to the floor. We keep crying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, begging him to keep us on the straight path. We try to do a little good along the way. Not only for ourselves, but for others too. We're going to be asked, what did you do with the good that I gave you when I made you Muslim? We're going to be asked that by Allah. And we can say, oh, well, I prayed 5 times a day, every day, Allah. And I fasted through the holy month of Ramadan. And I gave in zakat, and I did this, and I did that. Okay, well, I say, that's good. That's what you did for you. But what did you do for other people? What did you do for human beings? What did you do for mankind? What did you do to make things better for your children, the next generation? To make things better in this world? What did you do? How did you affect that? This is when the wheels comes off for most of us. We're so busy trying to learn more and more Quran, and learn how to recite the Quran, and making all these prayers and everything. That's good for us, but what are we doing for other people? What are we doing for dawah? Are we calling the people to Allah? Sometimes we have family members, we're not even calling them to Islam. We see them out there, stumbling around, killing themselves, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And we won't even call them to Allah. We won't even call them to Islam. We can't, and then we say we love them. But the Prophet ﷺ said you have to love for your brother what you love for yourself. That's real love. So subhanAllah, we have to be doers of good. We have to do whatever we can, for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And anything else, we don't even fool with. If it's not for Allah's good pleasure, we don't even mess with it. We stay in a constant state of worship as Muslims. 24/24, wall to wall. That's what we do. Because that's all we were created to do. And then Allah, he says, and with Allah rests the end in the decision of all matters, all affairs. And Allah goes on. He says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَلَا يَحْزُنكَ كُفْرًا إِلَّيْنَا مرجعهم فننبئهم بما عملوا إن الله عليم بذات الصدور. Translate. But if any reject faith Many reject Islam. Many reject the Quran. Many reject the Sunnah of the Prophet. Let not his rejection grieve you. It's on them, it's not on us. But it hurts sometimes when we see people who really love rejecting deen, rejecting law, rejecting Quran, rejecting Islam. It hurts us. But it's, it's only our nature, because we do love for our brother, we love for ourselves. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, don't let that kufr, their kufr, affect you like that. Because Allah said, it's to us, meaning Him, is their return. They have to return to Allah just like we have to return to Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. From Allah we come, and to Allah is our return. We're going to go back to Allah. And then Allah says, and we will tell them the truth of their deeds. And the reality is they already know. They already know. People, look, Allah gave us a conscience. It's called God consciousness. We know we're doing wrong. It don't feel right. It don't sit well with us. It's against our nature. We feel the grind. We feel something ain't right. We know we're doing wrong, because it tears us up inside. But Allah says we all have to return to Him, and He's going to tell us. Tell us what we already know. Look here, people know you're going to hell. Talk to some of these wrongdoers, some of these slicksters, some of these crooks. Talk to them. They'll tell you, I know, man. Jail of hell, baby. Jail of hell, baby. They know they're going to hell. And they think they can hang with hell. They can't hang with hell. Nobody can. Nobody can. I don't care how rough and tough they think they are. It's that which breaks the pieces out. Khutbah. It'll bust up everything, anything, that hellfire. The only thing it can't burn up is the prayer marks on the floor. It's the only thing it won't burn up in the hellfire. Everything else, poof, up in smoke. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, well, Allah knows well what's in our hearts. Allah knows what's in us. Sometimes we even hide what's in our hearts from our own self. We try to just cover it up. That's kufr, covering it up. We don't even know what's going on in our own hearts sometimes. We question, why did I do this? Why did I say that? Why did I think this? We don't even know. But Allah knows. And Allah makes us know. For sure. That's why He gives us a conscience. And the Prophet ﷺ said, we know something's wrong because it wavers in our hearts. We know when we're doing wrong. It wavers in our hearts. And Allah knows well all that's in our hearts. Cool. Probably have that. Let's talk for a while. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala khayril mursalin Muhammadin and Nabiyyun ala alihi sahbihi ajma'in and that who ta'ala fil Quran. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu ملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله عليه وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Allah keeps reeling us on, reeling us deeper and deeper and deeper into His reality by way of His Quran, by way of the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah says, He says, talking to those who reject faith of kuffar, He says, we grant them their pleasure for a little while. In the end, shall we drive them to a chastisement unrelenting. Well, it looks like they're doing swell. Look at the kuffar side. Kuffar, they got everything. Look at them. They got all money. They got all power. They got this. They got this. And they strut around like like they running everything. We scuff it. It looks like they really have it, going on. And that's what a lot of listeners think that too. Sometimes the law will bury people with money and all this so-called power, to keep them away from the dhikr. They keep them away from the fikr of this Quran because they don't deserve it. They give them all these distractions. Until the end of the grave. Until they visit the grave. Then they find out the reality. Once they cross the line of death and enter the grave, then they become believers. The problem is they should have been believers before they crossed that line. That's what we have to do. We have to stay in a state of belief, in a state of worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we don't know when Allah is going to dispatch Malak al-Maut, the angel of death, come snatch our ruh, snatch our souls. We don't know when it's going to happen. But it's going to happen. So what do? To protect ourselves from the punishment, we continually worship Allah. And we do the good things. And subhanAllah, it said, Allah says, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابَ النَّارِ. We ask Allah to give us the best of this life and the best of the next life, and to protect us from the torture, the hellfire. There's people who out here in this dunya, caught up lost in the dunya, all they get is the best of this life, they think. But to the Sahabas, you know what the best of this life was? Salah, fasting during Ramadan, reading the Quran, doing deen. That was the best of this life for them. They cared too much and nothing else about anything else. They would walk around with old clothes. They didn't care anything about new clothes. The Prophet ﷺ, he would put patches on it if he wore out on his knees from praying so hard, so much. And then when the patches were a hole, he put a patch on top of the patch. And the Sahabas trying to be like Rasulullah ﷺ, they would put patches on top of their patches, wasn't even no holes. They didn't care anything about this life. They cared about the next life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell them, don't, he said, do not, how do I put it? Don't forsake the good things in this world. He said, until after you have prepared for yourself a home hereafter. In other words, okay, we can go, we're supposed to, this world, Allah created this world for us, the Muslims, the slaves, as peaceful slaves. It's our world. He gave it to us. He put it there for us to manage. It belongs to us. But we don't go pursuing that world. We go pursuing the next life. We can go all in the down. In the past of the day, we have to make sure when we do pass through the veil of death, we enter that next life in a state of righteousness. So we have to live in a state of righteousness. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا ربنا أفرغ علينا صبرا وتوكلنا ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salat, hayya ala salat. Qad qamatis salat, qad qamatis salat. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. Muhammadur Rasulullah. Alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahu Akbar. Allah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق والذي قدر فهدى والذي أحسن الرجل المرأة وجعله غثاء أحمر سنك في لا تنسى إذا ما شاء الله إنه يحمل الجهر وما يخفى ونيسره لليسرى وذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت ولا يحيا وفهم الزكاة وذكر اسم ربه صلى تذكرون حياة الدنيا والآخرة وأبقى إن هذا في صحف صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك وبدأنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك إن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا إذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.